So the first function we're going to write here is the display function. So we use the function keyword and then the name of the function, which is the display. So in here, we'll first of all access, this what we want to write is the function that appends a clicked number or operator to this input field. What we have to do is to access this input field first. So in order to access this input field, we're going to use the ID we gave to the input field here, which is the result. We're going to use this result to access the input field. So back to our JavaScript, then using the document.get element by ID. So now passing the ID of this input field, which is a result. We'll pass the ID here, results. What we're trying to do basically here is to access the input field. We're going to pass in a value in here. So this value we're passing in here is going to serve as a placeholder. It's more like a variable that codes what the user type. So we're passing in value here to use it here. So after accessing this, we now use this value to append the number to this input field. So we now have document.get element by ID results dot value is equal to, in order to append a number, to add a number in JavaScript, we use plus then equal to face, then value. This value here represents any button the user is going to click. It represents it. So what this line of code basically does is we use this document.get element by ID to access the ID of this input field where we're going to display whatever the user type, result, access it, and then whatever is inside, append another number to it, another number that is being clicked, which is this value. So I don't know if that makes sense. We didn't link our scripts. After the last div, still inside the body, inside of our body, to link the script, we use scripts tag, then the name of the file, scripts file, which is scripts.js, and save. Back to our scripts file. This is the results input field. I click 7, then 7 is already here. Then I try to click another thing, which is 8. It's going to append. We're going to keep adding. I'm going to keep adding whatever I'm clicking. Add a clicked button value, which can either be a number or operator to the input field. The next function you're going to write is the left screen function. So first of all, we use a function keyword and then the name of the function. Remember, all the function we are using are the same function we gave to our onClick attributes. Anything you type here should be the same with the one you're using in your JavaScript file, if that makes sense. So we just copy and paste left screen function. We're still going to use document.get element by ID results to access this input field dot value equal to empty string. So what this does is access the input field with the ID of results and then set whatever is inside, which is the value, to empty string. So once you click on the button that have this clear screen function, whatever is here gets cleared off. So let's see if it's working. This is 7 minus 4. I'm not done anything for equal sign, so it's not going to work. I've not written any code for it. So let's click on the clear screen function. Yeah, it worked. Whatever is here, which is the values I'm imputing, once I click on this clear screen, it will be set to empty, an empty string, basically clearing the display. So the next function we're going to write is, okay, let's write the delete last before we write the calculate function. You can start with any one using the function keyword as well. The delete last function we passed here, back to our script, and then paste. Just make sure everything is the same. If the name you have here is different from the function you passed here, nothing is going to happen. So everything has to be the same. You can just copy and paste and write any code you want to write, just to ensure that you are using the same name for the two. Delete last. So this function now deletes the last character from the current input, just the last character. So create a variable, let results equal to document.getElement by id, which is this result, dot value. So what this does is, let me just expand it like this so you can see what I'm doing. So what this does is, this document.getElement by id, which is the id of results, dot value, retrieve whatever is inside the input field and then store it in this results variable. Then the next we're going to do is document. This is the same thing. Let's just copy from here and paste. Then after accessing the value of this input field and store it in this results variable, then we'll now use the slice method, JavaScript slice method, to remove the last character from the display. So using 0, then -1. So this -1 now remove from the ending, from the last part of the character, that's the last. So then this results.slice removes the last character from the display and then updates the input field with the new string after removing the last character from the display. Whatever is in our input field is being stored here in this result variable, and then use it, which is the result again, which is what is in our input field, then slice out the last number from this result from the input field, and then updates the input field. So once you slice the number, you now update the input field with the new number. You now update the input field with a new string. If that makes sense. Let's go back and see how it works. This is the numbers we have here, and then I want to remove the last character. This is the number in our input field. Then in order to remove the last character, this slice method is what does the remover. So once you click on this delete last, the last number gets removed. Then after this last number gets removed, which is being controlled by the slice method, the removal of this last number is being controlled by this slice method. So once you remove the number, update the input field with the new value. So after removing the number, anyone that is left will be updated. So that's why you are still seeing these ones here. So I remove the last number here, which is controlled by the slice method. And then now the remaining number here is the new number that we use to update the input field after the removal of the last character. I don't know if this explanation makes sense. I don't know if you understand, but I'm trying to explain it in such a way that it will be very clear. So that's why I'm using this and this to explain. Access the input field, any number that is here, remove the last number when we click on the delete using the slice method, and then update the number to the new number. Update the input field with a new string that is remaining after the removal of the last character. I think that's very well explained. That's all for the delete last function. We still have one more function to write, which is the calculate function. Using the function keyword again, and let's go back to our HTML and copy this so we don't make mistake. Where is it? The calculate function, which we use for our equal to button, Ctrl C, then come back to our JavaScript and paste it here. So here also, let results equal to document.getElement by id results, which is the input field.value. So what this function does is, this function calculates the results of the entered expression. Let result equal to document.element by id results, retrieves the current inputs and store it in the result variable here. And then using this try catch function, what this try catch function does is, if everything is okay, the answer gets displayed, but if there is an error, like a syntax error or something, it catches it and then display the error in the input field. That's what this block does. So if it's successful, this block happens. If it's not, if there is an error, this block happens. It catches the error and then display the error in the input field. The result we store here, we use this try block to evaluate the result. So this eval function evaluates the entered string as a mathematical expression. To store it here, use this method to evaluate whatever is being stored here, which is here, and then store it here again. Then we now use the results we get to update the input field here. That's why we are passing this result to the input field. which is here. That's all for the calculate function. Let's see if it's working. Get the content of the entered expression 7 times 2. And then once I click on equal to, it's evaluates whatever is here as mathematical expression. That's what the eval function does. So after evaluating it, it then updates this input field with the result, which is 14. Whatever the answer is after the evaluation, use the answer to update the input field. That's why you're seeing this 14 here. So what is in play here is this last one, and what does the evaluation is this eval function. And then what does this eval function evaluate? It evaluates whatever is in this input field. I'm trying to use a layman way of explanation so you understand what I'm trying to say. 8 minus 5 is the value of this input field, which is being stored here. Once we click on this equal to, this evaluate function is going to happen. And then whatever answer we got, which is 3, we use it to update the input field. And that's why you're seeing 3 here. I guess that's clear enough. Then let's clear it again and try to see what happens there. Let's say I just use plus minus and hit equal to. You see syntax error, unexpected, whatever. So that's what the second block here does. It catches the error. This first block only happens if everything is successful, if there is no error. But if there is an error, then it catches the error and then display it here. So let's just use it like this here. If there is an error, this is going to display. You just see error instead of syntax, whatever. Times minus equal to, you see error here. So that's all for this calculator project, our project. Thanks a lot for watching. If this video was helpful, please subscribe to the channel, okay? And also give the video a thumbs up.